student townhalls, and we're doing it for grade 10, because we guys are grade 10s, and basically, we're going to talk about issues in the school and new ideas that we want to bring up to you guys, and we just want to see what you guys think, if we should do them or not, and any new ideas that you guys have that we can incorporate into the next year. Okay? So we're going to start with. So the first question is, how do you guys feel coming into grade 10 this year after grade 9? Like, do you guys feel more comfortable with grade 10 or more insecure? Well, anybody want to go?
Well, with being in high school for our first year and coming to grade 10, I feel a little more comfortable and more familiar with the place since I've made a lot of new friends and like I've been more familiar with other people that I can just talk to and trust. So coming into grade 10 I didn't feel insecure at all, and I was very comfortable with it because I was aware of my surroundings and yeah.
What's the issues in grade 10 when you come in? Because I mean, in grade 9, you're afraid of everything. You don't know locker or accommodation, all everything, right? Grade 11, or grade 12 is graduation year, and after thinking about university, college, post-secondary, all those sorts of things, right? It'd be kind of a little bit of an odd one because you're not, and in grade 11 you could argue, well, this is what it starts to really kind of count, because universities can see these marks. I'm taking university courses now, or colleges. I'm selecting more courses, right? I mean, you guys still do what, 2 or 3 electives in grade 10? 2, right? And then when you go to grade 11, you have like 6 electives, right? Or 5 electives, because you still do religion, and then you get to choose. So it's a whole different 5. What's the grade 10? Is there an issue? Is there a concern? Is there something going into grade 10 that there's a feeling that's different? Other than I'm more comfortable. No? But is there, maybe I'm not asking you, right? What's the mindset going into grade 10? What's your thought patterns? I mean, I guess if you're in pre-IB, I guess you're figuring out how to stay in IB, because that's a little bit of a different one. But for others, what's the mindset? What do you think they're doing?
Okay, so for example, for me, I would say that coming into grade 10, it's like I'm more prepared, and like you said, I'm more aware of my surroundings, and like I know exactly what I have to do. Whereas in grade 9, I was more like, oh, I'm in high school, like I have geography, so it's just like whatever. But now it's more like I have to do grade 10, do it right, because if I don't do what I do in grade 10, then I won't know what I'm going to do in grade 11. So anything like that.
Who here has all their beauty shirts out? So is there any concern about like what else? Yeah.
Sign.
Yeah, you get a sign. Yeah, that's famous last word except for that. But is that? I mean, I'm just trying to think of stuff that might be. What about the literacy test? Are they concerned about that? The almost online literacy test. Yeah, we'll be happy to take this up. You can have an option to do the online one. I don't know if you were to choose that. This has always been a concern, a question of mine, because I'll be honest with you, if I was to say what grade gets the most discipline issues that we've faced in the office, is grade 10. For sure it's grade 10. And I think some of that has to do with you're a little bit more comfortable, but you're not thinking about the end yet. You're not thinking about graduation, and so you're still kind of engaging in some of the silliness that can take up your time. And then when you get into like grade 12, you're like, I don't have time for all the drama because I got to get stuff done. So we'd like to be able to address that, right? And I know your student council is kind of like, that's always a question, like, what about the grade 10? It's easy to do grade 9 open gym, I know that stuff, the grade 12 is graduation and all those things, and then the grade 10s and 11s can be that sort of soft middle that you're kind of, So maybe think about it. It's good.
So next question is, how do you feel about shorts and having them in school uniform? Why?
odd season. We get big deposits. We roll up our things, yeah.
Yeah,
What's the short speeds for girls and guys?
Well.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
And like, how long is the short speed? Like, what maybe?
Yeah, so they're gonna be,
Not like below the knee or not like below the knee or.
you know, the way the uniform works is, you know, we get a suggestion. We have to present it to parent council, because they're the ones who decide most of that stuff, right? They're the ones who will say, no, we want this, they're the ones who buy. We take your points, we've got to present to staff, because they're the ones that have to enforce it, right? And then we have to go to the distributor company, because it's gonna be, it's not like you could bring your own shorts, that's fine, that's never. But we have to go to them and say, what do you have? They don't just make it up based on our specs, they have to say, okay, here's what it is. So there's been a uniform before, like when I was a student here, most people know that I just where I was in high school. There was a summer uniform, because we had different uniforms. We had to wear ties and dress shirts, and you had to wear dress shoes, and you had to wear dark socks, and wear white socks, right? You had to wear color socks, and be black suit at all times. And so in the summers, it made a little more sense. So for instance, the golf shirt, that was the first time the golf shirt was seen, was as a summer uniform. So after May, you were, so that would be one of the things. Some uniform would only be in effect for a certain number of months. You couldn't say, anytime you want, it's gonna be between, you know, May and the end of the year or whatever. But we had some uniform. The golf shirts were very popular with shorts were because people still had to wear dress shoes. So people were like, I don't want to wear shorts, but I gotta wear dress shoes. It's still different for you guys because you can wear black running shoes, right? That was not an option for us. So it's not like it's never happened before, but we would have to see what they would be able to do. So I couldn't tell you, what's going to be like.
like, after what you said, I did find it a little unfair that in the summer, like, spring season, that we had to wear pants because it was hot, and that's why you want girls had kilts. Like, we would have to, like, result in both of our pants, and then the teacher would tell us to roll down our pants. So I think that shows a big very,
So you're saying that the school is not always the most comfortable place, temperature-wise?
Yes. 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 Yes.
The school is area, just say no, but.
But sometimes the years are hard.
Yeah, no, I know. And it's different in different parts of the school. Yeah, I mean, and there's, one of the reasons for that is the school was built in sections, right? So, you know, the first part of the school was that religion hall. So when the school was first opened, it was just that hall. Those two floors, that was the whole school, was the religion hall. And then the rest of the school was, this part of the school was built, but it ended at when I was grade 9 student here, it ended at the resource hallway here. And then down there, so none of this was here. And then when I was in like grade 11, they built that. So it was built in sections, and so you have, you know, your events and your peak runs, and then sometimes, that's why it's different in all different places. That's also why there's different keys to open all the different doors, which makes my job a little bit more interesting. But, so yeah, but you're right, I think there has to be a major overhaul done, and we've been banging that drum for a long time. But what can we do? Like, we can't fix that, that's millions of dollars to fix that, right? So we don't have that, but maybe we could address the idea of the uniform. But understand that the uniform is still the uniform, so there would be shorts, options, right? And then you gotta put it by your parents, too, because I mean, it's more money, it's not cheap, right? So it's not cheap to have children, trust me. Okay.
By the way, guys, so let's say we were to get the shorts to the students as uniform, right? What do your classes think? Like, is it like?
Is that like an overwhelming yes to that?
Because like, we don't want to get shorts for you guys, and then no one buys the shorts, and then like, you know, like, if we're gonna get shorts, then like, it needs to be something that people want and will want. Like, So, yeah, or,
Is there a call to girls on? You think? I mean, you can say, well, we have a pill, but we killed something, girls might not feel comfortable in pill, they might not even, pills are expensive, too, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's like $100. So, I mean, you know, that's one of those things out there as well, right? So we would have to, there's a process to invest all that stuff. So, the one problem that's slowing that down is that the company McCarthy's, who runs your uniforms, is actually selling the company. So they're in transition, so they're not even communicating with me entirely about new options. Every year they should have a meeting, so it's a little bit uneasy about what's happening with that company. We'll see. So I mean, I only say that because usually I would say, oh yeah, let's get some samples in here, I can get them in a few weeks, but they're not doing that. What else with the uniform? Is there anything else? And nothing that's needed, or, you know, is it warm enough when it's cold, or cold enough when it's warm, or whatever? Because when the company, you know, solidify or whatever, they have a meeting at least once a year where they come and say, how is it? Is it what we want it to be, right? There's not too many different options, because you're not gonna, you know, variations. If you have too many variations, it's not a uniform anymore. That's medium or uniform, so that's what I'm saying. But feedback is always good.
so we talked about temperature and how it's an issue. Anybody want to say anything before we move on? About temperature, school, portables? No? Okay, cover that. So next is going to be, should we fix anything in the school?
Me and my class were discussing about things that we want into school, and we were thinking about like hooks in the stalls. And we felt that we needed them because, like, sometimes when we leave our stuff outside, it's kind of insecure, like, we don't know if someone's gonna take anything. So if we have, like, hooks inside, we can, like, put out jackets and coats or.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
I'll tell you the honest truth of that. So there was hooks and stalls in almost every high school bathroom in the city, in the province. The unfortunate truth of that is that, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, this will not here, but a girl, killed herself, hanged herself by the hook of the door. And so, in almost all high schools, there's here. So you notice on some of the doors, it looks like they've been screwed up and taken off. So I mean, it's an awful thing to think about, and it's an awful thing to say, but these things happen, and then, you know, the board comes in and says, we're taking those things out of there because of safety issues. That's also the reason why girls will say that the mirrors in the bathroom aren't really mirrors.
Yeah.
Right? They're just metal, same thing. The girl broke the glass, usually glass is out or something. And so they've taken it out, breakable glass thing. So it's just like a metal sheet. Some of them is just like a metal shiny sheet. Now, that being said, those things don't last as long, and they don't, you know, they wear it down, or they, you know, they dull it up. There's ones, I think there's new options. That was a while ago. That was probably 10 years ago. I was teaching when that happened, so it was probably more than that. And, but there's probably new options now that we should explore. But there's sometimes reasons why you might think, why don't, you know, I go to the mall, and there's hooks on the doors. Hey, I use it too. But that's why it's not.
And another thing was like in the cafeteria for the food, the healthier foods are kind of more expensive than like the fries. So like if you were to get salads like $4 something, and if you were to get fries, it was like $3, I think. So I think we should like reduce the price of the healthy foods so that people would like buy it more. Like if the salads were for $3, I would get them for the fries.
Yeah, I understand. The cafeteria isn't run by us, right? Cafeteria is an independent company. So that's a for-profit company. They're trying to, they make money. So it's not run by the board, it's not run by the school. They're not actually employees of mine or anything like that. Now, that being said, so they do have to make money. So it's not just about break even, they have to make money, right? That being said, they're very open to suggestions, right? The town halls that happened last year before, they took some suggestions and changed a lot of menu, so they're very open to those suggestions. I would say you're gonna find that everywhere, right? Salads and much are more expensive than fries. Fries are real cheap because they're all processed. You know, most places they've done them in a deep fryer, they're fast. They can't do that here. We don't have deep fryers, you know, they're not allowed to have deep fryers. And remember, they're also covered by a lot of health regulations of something can and can't sell. More so than like Popeyes and stuff like that. They can sell any garbage they want, whereas these guys can't. And they're run by facilities sometimes that don't. So they took out, they used to have deep fryers so they make stuff faster. Now they can't come all out. Right? 14 took all of them out of all schools. So sometimes they can only do stuff that they think that that's, they're a little bit, but they would like to see, like if you guys had suggestions, or actual suggestions, and maybe that's something that, you know, PSC or somebody can do, maybe put out a poll or something like that to get some feedback. They took it before, very specifically, and we used the top locker for that, you know, the top lockers there. People made a lot of suggestions, and they took some of those suggestions and they changed some of their menu. And it's encouraging to say that people are asking for more help. That's good. When I was here, it had to be dead with gravy on it. Everything was deep fried. Seriously, everything was deep fried. So that's good. But just understand, it's not something that I can control. I can make suggestions, but they're independent. Okay.
So we're discussing in the class that they would like microwaves, new microwaves in the cafeteria.
Yeah, so the grade 9's done with this, and I went in between the grade 9s and 10s here. I went in the little block into the thing. It looked like some of them worked, and then some people said they weren't working. Well, okay, so the dirty part is, you guys gotta own it. Because you think, well, I can't ask the caretaker to clean that up, because you know that until 11 o'clock, Mr. Kusek's one caretaker, one. And then after 11 until 3:30, there's two. And then at night, there's 4 to clean the whole school. Like you'll notice that the school's cleaner in the morning than it is at night. It's because there's people here till 11:30 at night cleaning this place. And they go through every floor and they clean everything. I can't ask them to stop cleaning. They're not going to, right? They won't be able to do it. So then who does it? It's not going to be the cafeteria people, right? Because they're not going to clean their independent business. They're not going to clean something that puts them out of business, right? Does it make sense? You see, if you're bringing your own lunch there, so they're going to say, I'm not doing that. So, like my suggestion is, what if we did it? I'll get new microwaves. I have no problem with the ones that are broken. We had two town halls 2 years ago. We got new microwaves from them, and people were putting on JP Pulse. They were putting in new microwaves, so I bought a microwave. But the cleaning thing is, if I put like a box of wipes next to that, do you think people would wipe it down after they're done?
Yeah, can we put a sign like have to use?
Yeah, your mother doesn't work here. Yeah, like a sign like that. Yeah, your mother doesn't go to school here. Something like that for yourself. I mean, you gotta own it, right? Because it's who else gonna do it? Like if you want, this is something that is used entirely by students. I don't think any staff uses it because they have it in the. And nobody, the janitors don't clean the microwaves in the staff room. They don't clean the microwave in the office. There's a microwave in the office, and there's a sign that says clean up after yourself. And that's for us. Right? So,
Because it's sort of sharing it and just lining up, and they're just trying to take theirs and have someone else do that.
well, I mean, so if we got more, the other problem is there's only so much power out there, right? And so what's happening is some of those lines are the same lines, and if you run the 2 wires at the same time, it pops the breaker. So we gotta work on that. I gotta figure out strategically where to place stuff. That's why we moved some things around. But my hope is that we can get that. So I'll replace the ones that aren't working, but.
And also bleachers, more bleachers in the gym, because people like sitting down on the ground.
More bleachers, where would we put more bleachers?
I don't know, they just put it on.
They don't like sitting down like during assemblies. There's like 2 assemblies where we have everybody in school.
That's true.
Guys are $20 for 6. The bleachers are now fixed, because they used to not be able to roll out that bleachers, so that's good. But we can't put any more bleachers in there because you're taking up the word for it, right? And there's also regulations about how many people can be in that, right? So if we put too many bleachers in there, it would violate fire code.
And that's just for watching. I don't think you're really good. Always say that.
Just to add on to the microwave problem, like, so the ones that are working and they're like good, I think that, like, you said that in the office, like, I was trying to say that please clean up each use, like, if I like put like wipes or tissues and then make it mandatory for everybody who uses it to like clean it after they're done.
Mandatory is a funny word.
Or like, or just like,
Right? Mandatory means, or else what?
what,
Yeah, I get it, I get it, I think that what's a good idea is we'll start to get some bikes and put them on there, just to see if that even, you know, you do it for a few weeks and see if that improves. I think improving it would be, you understand that we have to put some micros very often too, right? I mean, it is what it is. When most microwaves don't see that much use, that at concentrated times, if your home microwave doesn't get 50 people using it in a 45-minute time, right? Use it once or twice a day, if that. Now something gets used 50, 60 times a day, 100 times a day, so it's gonna wear out faster. So we probably have to revisit that soon.
One problem that our class was discussing was the gym floors. They're like really dusty, so if you like walk in and you're running, it's like easily slip.
So gym floors, dusty, there's a real simple solution. Clean it, make a room, clean it up. The other thing is they do get new wax or everything on them, so you try to do it every year. Problem, the best thing is like an oil-based one, but to do that, you have to have the school cleared because of the fumes. So what they do, because the school is always used, you know that gym is used almost every single night, right? Permitted out all summer and used. So really, and it takes longer for oil to dry. So they usually use like a water-based one that doesn't last as long. But the amount of use we get in that gym, it's used every period, every day, after school every day. You ever seen it empty? Yeah, no, hardly ever. In the summer sometimes, like in June, some of the seasons are outside, soccer and stuff's outside. But for the most part, it's busy. So, yeah, that's one of the things we gotta get around.
Should we get new rooms to it?
Do what?
Rooms, just like,
Yes, yeah, so I mean, maybe we can talk to them, is that teachers can say, is there a need for that stuff? For sure.
It's probably 5
The only thing that we discussed about the mirrors, because like in the girls' washroom, they're all scratched up. Like in some washrooms, there's only like one, and it's not even that big, and it's the most scratched up one, and it's in the most one of the most common areas, which is by the like near the cafeteria. So during lunchtime, how girls are trying to be in there, trying to like look at themselves, like it's hard because there's not much space.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like what you were saying about mirrors.
Yeah, but that just means we have to, you know, keep on top of it, right? So, and of course, there's a reason, right? The high traffic rooms are gonna be the ones that wear out faster. These are gonna be, although I don't know how you wear out a mirror, like, I don't know how that happens, but obviously people are doing something in the mirror, or whatever, they're not like, when they see it, that's okay. Sure, no, that's good, because I mean, again, I don't go into those washrooms, well, definitely don't go to girls, so, getting that feedback is good, it's something we wanna fix, but.
Okay, so like, once you guys already know me, my name's Charlie, I'm gr10, obviously, and I'm Physical Life and Acting for gr10. So, Physical is just wants to find a way to get more involved and interact with the students, because as many as you know, we never really became known as of this year, and like, we just started growing this year. So, we're basically just wondering if what we need to do is we can interact with you guys more and become more part of your community.
Is there safety issues in school? That might be a start, that's really what you guys address, and then, you know, they do some proactive campaigns, but they also want to address that stuff. Is there any safety concerns? Not just safety as far as like bullying and those things, but physical safety. What about in the morning? What do you get? What's that?
Obviously, this has been brought up a lot of times. I've discussed this with a bunch of my teachers, but especially in the morning when parents are trying to drop off the kids, the likelihood of a kid getting hit is very high because there's a lot of angry parents who just we're just trying to leave the kids are watching. I know it's happened before where kids have been hit, and especially in the winter time when it's icy and snowy, and like cars, maybe some cars where you can see the kids. Like having, I know this has been something that has been brought up before, having a cross offering from the school so that kids can cross the street.
It's coming. It's coming. So, 2 years ago, when the class, so I think 2 years ago, a grade 10 civics class took that on as a project to, and they petitioned city council for that. And so it's coming in January. There's going to be a crosswalk that goes kind of from where Tan Heather is. So there's a that opens up there. It's going to be there. So it's going to be a little bit further down from where the driveway is. You can't have a driveway because obviously it's parking. So it's going to be, that's coming. But a lot of it, some of it has to do, some of it is just what it is. It's 2-lane road. Probably shouldn't be. Probably be a 4-lane road. But when they built it, that street wasn't pretty. And really, the street's not that busy except for 2 times a day, 5 days a week. Right? On the weekends in the summer, there's almost no one on that road. Why would you go through Military Trail? It's not a good cut through it, right? Even if you're going from Nielsen over, it's not a good cut through because it's windy, it's slow, right? But it's 2 times a day for about 15 minutes a day. But it's going to be very busy. One of it is, though, is you guys have to be instructing your parents about where to drop you off. If you are getting dropped off, do 1 or 2 things. Either get dropped off down the road. Like when I was a student here, my dad would even come up. He dropped me at Morningside and, sometimes he dropped me at Morningside and Lawrence, I think, but he dropped me at Morningside and Military, and I walked up because then he just went and said, hold on, he's like, I'm not going there. There's no chance. It was worse than, there's more students when I was a student here. It was like 1,600 kids. So there's another 150. But also, where are you supposed to be dropped off? If they enter the parking lot, where are you supposed to be dropped off? There's only 1 space where you should get dropped off. Where is it? The back. Not in the front. Not on the driveway. Right? Not where all the parked cars are. And people just stop. I don't think it's that we can, well, my lot is at the front. Too bad for you. They didn't walk out. Problem is, then it gets backed up, right? And that's when people get frustrated. So you should be saying, no, about that. Drive me to the back. Because that's the whole flow. I'll just tell you, it's going to get a lot worse than April. So in April, they're going to be ripping up the whole back parking lot. So the whole back west of the lot of the portables. You know, there's that whole area there, and you go up to the driveway by the track, that's all being ripped up. And they're putting a huge catch basin, basically a place to collect the water. Because all the water, problem is the ravine there is eroding away. That they're afraid that the parking lot's gonna fall in the ravine. It's eroding away at an alarming rate. So they have to put a huge catch basin in there. And when I say huge, this thing that they're gonna put in 10 meters into the ground is 65 meters long, 15 meters wide, 4 meters deep. To give you some context, our gym is 55 meters long. So it's 30 feet bigger than our gym that they're gonna put in that ground. So they gotta rip all that up, all the concrete, they gotta dig that hole. They gotta put that thing in. And they gotta rebuild the ravine. The ravine is eroding at a fast pace, so they gotta put all this dirt back in there. So there's gonna be nobody allowed in the parking lot except for teachers. Okay? You think it's bad now? It'll be worse than April. So imagine everybody stopping on the street. We're going to have to address that. The only place that you'll be able to get dropped off is maybe the west parking lot, you know, that little parking lot by the track. It'll be like a piston ride where you can go in and come back out again. That's one of that. It's going to be busy. So we're going to have to address that. But it might be something that you guys will start to say, well, maybe there's a different way for me to get to school. off a little further away, maybe I carpool with somebody, maybe do something, because it's gonna be a knowledge, for sure. But I think we're getting that word out now, because we got confirmation on it, it's gonna start probably around the end of April, and then we'll run into the summer.
I remember last year, but I don't want to drink this year. I remember last year there was a safety issue because people changes, he was open and then people came in there. Instead of like the actual gym students that were supposed to be there. So like we was also be in there and so,
Yeah, and so we're constantly addressing that change room issue. I mean, the flaw in the design, I think, that they should have had the change rooms open in the gym, and not open in the hallway. So that's part of sure. The reason why they wanted to have the gym offices there so that that's where the teachers' offices are, because they wanted the windows so that they could be able to see into the gym. If there was an issue with like, if they got hurt or something, they could go in, use the phone, do that, and still be able to see. I think there's a way to do both, but whatever. So we've been a bit on, the commitment to make sure that they lock those doors and things like that. But that's an ongoing sort of thing that we're concerned about for sure. Absolutely. But thank you for noticing.
Any other safety concerns you guys have? Actually, sir, I was wondering, so I've noticed that, like, while I'm going to class, and my second period class is in the portable, right? There's usually cars going, like, through the back, and it's really, like, not safe, because a lot of, like, students are trying to get into school, and, like...
Yeah, I mean, there's no, I guess, there's no perfect answer to that. Now, when they finish the parking lot, and we're supposed to get new portables, I'd rather just get a new building, but whatever. They're doing new portables, so they're gonna have to reconfigure where they put them. It's a terrible design right now. I mean, it's a terrible design because before you used to park in the portables, right? You used to park, you remember that? It was last year, right? The portables 1 and 3 were behind, they moved them over. People parking there's terrible. I mean, there's kids walking around, there's private parking. So they're gonna have to reconfigure that, but I'd like to look at how to reconfigure it, because the traffic flow is a bad idea. There's bad sight lines, you can't see everything all the time. The dumpsters, there's a new dumpster out there that keeps getting moved over. Cars have to go out further, I get it, yeah. Everything's a little bit on hold until we get that back parking lot hooked up and repaved. I get it.
Question, I don't know if it's really a safety concern. Where, basically, you know when you go to the library, you see nothing about that. I just wonder why. Is anyone going to steal clothes?
Well, there's a security issue about things going. It used to be that people would steal books. I mean, maybe that's not as much of a reality anymore, I suppose. That being said, you'd be surprised what costs we incur on a yearly basis to replace books. Right? Textbooks, for instance. We probably spend, and I'm not exaggerating, $10,000 to $14,000 a year replacing textbooks, not buying new ones. Right? Not say that this class needs a new set because these have been worn out. It's just they're gone. So we do a lot of work to try to retrieve as many of those as possible, but we spend a lot of money. Now that being said, maybe there's a better option for securing them inside the library. Right? I've seen some places where they have the cubbies inside the library, so they're not outside. I think we need to investigate that one some more. I think you also need to investigate what you guys are carrying around. Right? And how much, like your own security stuff. But kids come to me and say, somebody took my cell phone and I left it in my pants in the change room. I'm like, well, why'd you leave your pants in the change room? Why don't you just put it in the locker? Two people have a combination of my locker. Well, who gave a combination to your locker? That was you. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Right? I mean, you guys have way more expensive stuff than any students in history ever had. That's real small and real easy to take. This stuff is really expensive and it's real easy to buy. So, but I think you're right on the library that we probably need to figure out a better system to dump your bags outside.
Also, I forgot this in my class, we're talking about the lockers. Most of the lockers and the doors are open.
And sorry?
Like most of the lockers, the doors are just stopped.
Okay, well, we need to know what that, because we do have, you might have noticed that some lockers have been replaced or whatever, and they have people who do that. You'd be shocked, there's guys who, that's their whole job, is to go there, before the board, all they do is go, do you imagine? Right, there's 36 high schools in this sport. There's a lot of lockers. And those things are open and closed every day by people who may not be the most diligent in keeping things clean and safe, i.e. microwave. And so there's people who just all they do is go around and replace lockers. And so we have that, but we need to know what they're doing. And the grade 9 is not affected. A lot of lockers only have one shelf, and that's an issue. And then maybe there would be a need or a desire to have a lower shelf. Now, there's no way I can, the board's not gonna go in and do that, but there's things that you can buy, and then maybe that's something that we purchase and be able to offer to students is to put it in there, make a lower shelf. I understand, like, you put your fruits in there, and you like, you'll put folks on top of it when it gets wet and all that sort of stuff. So maybe, I didn't know it was an issue. I assumed there are full lockers that 2 shelves, or that 1 shelf is enough. But you gotta let us know, because yeah, we'll repair it, but it will take some time. But maybe that's one suggestion, to be proactive about a shelf. That's good to know. What else? What else would you like to see that maybe not improve or fix, but is there something else that you think that's missing that you'd like to see? And you gotta think outside the box a little bit, because you might say, well, most schools don't have this, I don't care if any others have. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. We should have it.
More activities for the grade 10.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you know how grade 9s, they have like open gym, and they have like,
There's be a seat, yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking that maybe the grade 10s would have like more activities and open gym also.
So is that like only grade 10s? Like,
Well,
or grade 10s, or like as a whole, like for the whole school?
Well, maybe is that what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, what does it mean to be grade 10? There's an identity to being in grade 9, there's an identity to being in grade 12. Even grade 11 is where I'm kind of a senior, right? Like, what's a grade 10? Kind of maybe you need some stuff that's special just to grade 10.
yeah, something like that.
So like open gym might be an idea, what other needs are there? I mean, maybe, this is hard to just come up with, but if you think of something, just let us know. Let your councils know.
Yeah, that's not very happy.
There you go. Run those things. Maybe let all those people, right? And let me know. And have an idea, come around with an idea, it's a bad news. Let people walk around with bad news. But if they come up with, I have a really good idea, I love good ideas. And like I said, just because it's like, well, somebody in grade 9 mentioned, well, most high schools don't have this, or I don't know any other high schools that have this. I don't care. It's a good idea, and we should have it. I have no problem being the first. No problem. And doing something that's different. So think about the areas in the school. We don't have a lot of, if you think about our school, we have a lot of classrooms, we don't have a lot of area. Right? We don't have a lot of common area. We have the court area, which to be honest with you, I think is not stupid because we're living in Canada. Right? I mean, this is Florida, that'd be great, but it's only good for like 2 months of a school year. We have this pit area, and then the county. Really, we think about common space. Everything else is teaching space. Even the library really has to be supervised. The gyms are in use all the time, like we talked about. There's no big common foyers. There have been schools that have big common foyers or have big, atriums and stuff like that. We don't have that. Does anybody use this space? Why?
Because if there's more tables and the seats, around, I think more people would use it.
What would you need? Because I want to make this space. This has been one of my things since I started. So I got these tables because it's hard to put chairs here. One, because then where to put them? And you can't fit a chair like, there you go, you're right on, right? That's, what can you do?
Maybe couches and lounging chairs.
Chill spot.
Yes, it's stressed, so.
So like, so maybe some couches down here. Who's gonna clean them? Oh, but this is where you students say, you know what, we're gonna take, I'll be honest, I'll pledge this seat right now. I'll make this a chill spot, whatever they want to call it. But you gotta take responsibility. Right, is to say, you know, like, hey, we'll clean it up. Am I gonna ask the caretakers again to come down here now? Have to do it like they do, if you wanna talk about real professionals, those guys. Like, and they never ask for things, they never, nobody even notices, right? You guys don't notice that there's people here all night cleaning for you. So, I mean, one, I would say maybe respect that a little bit more after lunch. Sometimes it's gotten a lot better, but it can be a little bit disturbing. People just drop food. Like they're just eating and they just leave stuff and walk away. Like they just, yeah, there's a zillion garbage cans. Like I bought like 10 or 15 more garbage cans. But down here, one, like, what would you want to see? This is actually a lot of space down here. Anyway, that freezer's got to be thrown out. That's just part of
Move around.
The vending machines aren't us. No. And you notice there's only power right there. The only place that's power. Huh? Yeah, there's food on that TV. How do you think I got there? I know exactly how that. Something threw something. How else would you do it? But that's the stuff, right? Like, that's been there for weeks, months. That's disgusting. So maybe somebody could come up to the office and say, hey, I'd like to clean the TV off. Do you have anything I can do to clean the TV off? That would be great. But if we were to do something down here, I'd like to see, like if you had ideas, if you had pictures of stuff, like you might go to like a mall that has it or a library that has it, full space, please show me the pictures. Send them to your council, send them to me. My email address is on the school website, send them to me. Come up and show them to me. Good news. Right? And then this could become ethics. I've been looking for something to do. Honestly.
We have the funds. We can do it, it's just we don't have any ideas.
Yeah, like, so that one is like keep like the place clean. So if you create like a team, like mini team who come in like either request lunch, second lunch, and to like make sure everything's clean and not clean. It can be real nice too.
This could be student level, right? Student commons. Universities have that. Universities have rooms, and some rooms are you know, you'll go to university, there'll be some places that are just for certain faculty. Like when I went to Western, there was a study hall that was just for English majors. That was me. We could go there, and it was cool. But we had to sort of take care of it too. So that's a good idea, you know what?
You guys do supervisors, yeah, and Western lunch. We do that.
How would that be used, do you think?
What if a lot of people are chatting?
Well, but even like they use it during lunch, and say they're using it occupied during lunch. So like if you want to eat their lunch now, you have to make sure like they keep it clean.
So you don't have to in the
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Try to be okay.
Right.
Like that's it.
Well, the only thing about there is cleanliness too, right? It's hard to keep this clean. Because, you know, it's tough. This used to be carpet. That's why it's called, you ever wonder why it's called green bed? No. No. It's because it used to be carpeted green. Now it's a green because it's got all green being like environmental, and that's probably a better name. But when I was doing here, this was all carpeted green, so it was called the green bed. That's what they call it. And that was just called the pit. The other one was just the pit. So it was a little more comfortable to sit on, but it's impossible to be clean. Right? Yeah. Correct. So that was taken out at some point. But I like the idea of turning this into a little bit more of a lounge. What else would you need? Lighting's not great. Power is an issue, because I had a real concern to put that TV in, we had to run the power out from that one outlet. They had to install that outlet. There's no power along this wall until you get up there.
Yeah.
Nothing. I still have to shake my head. Build space. So we can think about that. Right, because I would think that you'd want charging stations down here, right? Because you gotta charge. all the hallways. I would think you want comfortable seating, I would think you want tables. You know, I would think some different lighting would be good, like a lamp. Okay, that'll happen.
And also like things like that, maybe it's also.
Yeah, now there's concern, you gotta think about things when you're thinking about space that isn't your house, right? So for instance, how do they clean those floors? You know how they clean the floors? Yeah, they have like a Zamboni machine, so you can't have too much stairs to block that stuff, right? So that's why those tables work, because they can move those around a little bit, they can do some stuff. So maybe that's what that is, maybe we get some different chairs and stuff, maybe this is where the lounge stuff. And then if we say that, you know, maybe if the student body says, bro, we'll commit to cleaning this area, then, okay, right, and that becomes a student legacy. Maybe that's a grade 10. Maybe there's your identity. Say that they were gonna own the student lounge. Okay, you have a rep. You're the student, you're the grade 10 rep. So then maybe there's where you get mobilized. I can think of worse things to get mobilized about, so sounds good to me. And know that your principal is the one who's wanting to do something with this space. That's why we do stuff in here. I force people to do stuff in here sometimes. Because it's we don't have that much space, we really don't. Big school, not a lot of space. We can stare at the big space we have outside, but people afraid they don't want to go up to, it's covered in snow now, but. Anything else? Think about it. Generally think about not just improving stuff or having a school like I think schools should be like, because I've seen other schools. But think about maybe not what a school needs, but what is a place of learning needs. Okay. You know, look up Google offices. Have you ever seen the offices for Google? You see what they look like? That is ridiculous. Now, we don't have Google money. Nobody has Google money. But they have refined what workspaces. Right? They totally refined. They have these comfy places, they have all this weird stuff, they have like hammocks and slides, and no, we don't have slides. But just rethink about the space that you use. People take school for granted. The problem is we've done school pretty much exactly the same for about 150 years. And you guys are a completely different generation that has been in existence ever. And yet we do the same, school's exactly the same as what I'm studying. Right? 30 years ago. 30 years ago. 29. Yeah.
I think like, because you know the science classes, they have the labs. I think like if you have different classes, like that would be the topic.
So if the classrooms were subject specific, or at least subject intent, so a space, yeah. Classroom spaces should look different. What would be a good change to a classroom space? Like, would anyone set up, when you work at home, you do homework? Yeah. Would you sit at on a plastic chair at a straight wooden desk? Does anybody do it with that? Does anybody replicate this learning environment ever in your life? No. So why do we do it? It's cheaper and it's more efficient, but that's maybe not the best idea. So what could it look like? If you were to change your classroom, what would it look like? Blackboards to whiteboards. We can do that. It's actually, I got it upstairs. There's a sheet that you can, it's like a stick sheet, and you can apply it right to the board. And it doesn't take that long to do. So that it's a lot more expensive to replace the board, right? Because the other thing you gotta understand about a corporation this size, which is basically what the board is you gotta get someone in to do that work. Trust it's so frustrating. But maybe an option like that is something we can do. I have somebody coming in this week, or next week, because we're going to redo a couple classrooms to be completely different than any university. All the furniture is going to be okay. Change it all. What might that look like though? I want input.
I think for the science classrooms, like the seats are really comfortable. And then you have to like stand up and you can't really like bend down. So it's like really uncomfortable to the point where like my back hurts sometimes.
My life is great sitting here. So okay. Does anybody like those desk chair combination?
I prefer the.
You must be, yeah, you must be terrible. Yeah.
I like the bigger desks. Bigger desks are really good. You have like more space to do your. The tiny little desks, like the one, especially like in the English classrooms, like you had like a little piece of desk and it was like a chair and like you're like trying to do your essay and you're like your hands like falling off and you're trying to get papers all over.
That was good, man. You thought about that?
Yeah.
We discriminate against lefties. Well, seriously, right? It's all on the right side. What do you do if you're like that? My wife's like that. Okay, desks, bigger desks. Do you even need a desk or like work area, space? Hmm?
I guess more if we had a desk, but like, we just wanted to.
Why would you focus on
Is it,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like my attention, like, giving more when I'm in an area where facing forward, and everyone's facing the same way. So like, I don't think
Do you honestly think that for the rest of your life,
Oh,
you will ever be in that situation again? So you're not planning on concentrating for the rest of your life? You're not planning on concentrating for the rest of your life? We're gonna be distracted for the rest of our life? Like, I mean, it's a worthwhile thing. School, pretty good in high school, creates situations that you will never be in again. Creates environments that you will never find again, ever. And yet we're preparing you for a life that you will never have. Right?
Basically said he goes to fail because, well, you're being taught inside the walls. And you're never really gonna be outside of the world, just sitting in a cube, right? So.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of structure. You remember what the structure was put in place, right? The school system, as we know it, was developed during the Industrial Revolution, and it was designed to create people to work in factories. That's what it was designed to do. It's exactly what it was designed to do. And it was really, really good. Problem is that it's not the world anymore. And so you have change. I mean, like, for instance, why are you all here? You guys. No, but why are you here? Right here, this talk. What? Right, but why are you guys? There was another group here this last period. Why were they here? Representative? In what class? What do you all have in common? Which means what? No, you were born in the same year. That's all you have in common. Do you think, for the rest of your life, you will be grouped based on the year you were born? Never. You're not going to go to a job and they're going to say, you know, 2001s are on this floor, and 2002s, it's never happening, never. And yet, that's who you're with. That's who you're supposed to get inspiration from. That's who you're supposed to work with. Why? Because you were born in the same year. Really? What happens to that poor guy who was born on January 1st and the person born on December 31st? Different years. Sorry, different grades. You don't have anything in common. I mean, there's a lot of structures. I mean, some of them are in place and they just are to you know, you gotta go along, you get along sometimes. But some stuff doesn't. Some stuff we can change. Not all those change. So,
One last question that I really need to do is, so you guys know how we got rid of afternoon announcements. Do you guys find it harder to, like, get information? For example, tomorrow there's a late start. You know?
It would help a lot, especially like because since I'm a student athlete, like if there's like any practices for the coaches to go on the announcements, or when there's like a city street the next day, or like a game, they can also show the audience like.
you know what I find interesting? Nobody ever forgets this decision. Very rarely do people forget this decision. I gave this field trip to my class when we were collecting candidates one day. Someone said, you didn't remind me. I said, but I have to remind you what city you stay in. I would say this, two things. One, you might notice that your schedule is different. You'll notice that period 1 is longer than any other period. Why? Because of announcements. Take into account homeroom issues, like any of that stuff you do in homeroom, right? If we distribute it, we give it up then, all this stuff. Teachers were coming to us, and I was getting feedback from certain people about certain things. One, students were saying to me in town halls, no one listens to announcements. One, there's too many that don't have anything to do with me, so I stopped listening. Or two, teachers were coming to me saying, I'm getting less done. If I have the same class, I teach the same subject in period 2 and period 4. I find I'm behind in period 4 because it gets cut short by announcements and it's still the same amount of time. So we took that out. I would suggest that you start posting now. There's 15 people on the team. There's 1,500 people need to hear about an announcement, 15 people. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Oh, hey, look at that, there's this thing. Maybe you need to suggest that. A remind app, right? I use that remind app when I used it. The only reason I know about it was because my kid's teacher used it in elementary school. No, that's a good idea. So I started using it with staff. I don't use it that much, but my hope is that people will start using it. Or like the bus, I don't know why there needs to be an announcement to say the bus is here. When you should have known the bus was going to be there, so not just go there. Not everybody has to stop, right? So I would hope that there's different ways to do that. Maybe there's other ways to do that as well. One thing that the grade 9 suggested was a great idea was to have a school-wide reminder. So if we put the announcements, we put all the announcements on the announcement screens. And really what that's going to be is just a Google, Google Slides. It's just a Google Slide presentation. It changes it a little bit on the software we're going to start using. But there's no reason why any student can sign up for the Remind app. And then with our guiding secretary, Ms. Murphy, creates those announcements, she could also put it in a reminder. It takes 2 seconds. And then you would get all the announcements. And then you can consume them on your own time. Right? I mean, that's kind of what the world's changing that way, right? Netflix. You watch stuff when you want to watch it. iTunes, you buy the music you want to buy. And when I was a kid, if I wanted to buy a song, I'd buy the entire album. You could buy one song. Who even buys music anyway? Spotify, right? And Google Music. So you should be able to consume those announcements when you want it. Right? Some people are even talking about doing announcements at the end of period 1 instead of the beginning of period 1. Because everybody who's late, this is the announcement. Some schools do that. They do announcements at the end of period 1. So I would like to say, is there a way for us to explore options so that you can consume announcements when you want to? Sometimes it's like you get home, and actually wants to say, I better check out what's happening tomorrow. Maybe that's a better way to do it. So maybe you can come up with ideas. If you're on a team, or if you have a moderator for a council, suggest that things they may not know. I think we're done.
Yeah. Guys, should we have a DSC Snapchat account where we post stories every day? Where people follow it? Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Good idea. Okay, so